Oh, my goodness.
What is it, straight up?
An absolute monster of an opening drive. I'm pretty sure what the Rusty's doing right now is actually illegal. It's not allowed to go up, period, let alone like that.
Jack, what do you have your eye on today?
I'm looking at oil right now. It's about the only position I have on as we go into the open, and we've just come right into that prior day high near the $57 level. It's been weak. It was interesting to see with that news over the weekend. We had that pop higher. We had broken out of the top side of what is a daily channel, and then we've just filled right back in. And I'm just wondering if we're going to be able to take out that end of year low we saw at the $55 range. So I just got short oil around 57 bucks. And I'm looking for us to, it's a day trade for me. So for us to go ahead and take out the lows of the week might be wishful thinking. But if we can just get back to, 56.40 to 56.20 here today, that's probably where I'll take it off. That's my first trade. And then the indexes, I'd like to see them trade a little bit lower here. We had a pretty wild overnight session, and I'm going to be looking at NASDAQ around longs around 25,726. Those are going to be my first trades at the open, and then anything else I'll probably be waiting till after 9:45 to make a decision on.
Nick, what about you?
Yeah, I'm really looking at the indices this morning. We are kind of at a decision point, at least one I've been using in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks even, as a spot, at least on NQ, that the market just kind of seems to be pausing and having some level of indecision before either trying to make the run back up towards 26K or reoffering and pushing us back down to kind of the 25,600. So basically, it's just like a larger multi-week balance that we've kind of been sitting in. Obviously, we had that little bit of weakness in the middle of December, but for the most part, we've pretty much been in this like 26K to 25,000, like 5 to 600 for the last several weeks, almost, I guess almost 2 months now. Going back to pretty much a Thanksgiving holiday. So I've been using this 800s area as a kind of, long above, short below little spot for me. And I'm going to continue that into today. As we come off the open, I'm very curious to see, is this another, do we just kind of reoffer from this like 800s to 820s, or are buyers going to step in and make another run to go test the highs of this range?
Yeah, it sounds like you and Farm are sort of thinking along the same lines. Well, listen, I'll leave you guys to it. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
This right here, let's see, this consolidation. So, this is me and Nick getting on. This is Nick increasing the volatility. Yesterday, he hit that volatility button. Is just like he has a scroll wheel on his desk to increase his volatility. So if we're ever stuck in range, just ask him to hit it. And once Nick hit that, we started breaking down, and there is what I call extension, which I just use the Fibonacci retracement tool. But when we get a really large breakdown here, I'll just draw that low to low. And you can see we started selling off at what is the 38% retrace of that move, and we got rejected. This was during the RTH, or right into close. And then we had the open here within 10 minutes, we're getting rejected again. And then once we started getting this retest here, I thought we could put a definitive, stop above highs kind of situation. And then finally, you started getting that push rollover down into these targets. And then one of the things I will look for off the open whenever we do open is that same sequence. And I'm not going to know what it is until we open, because basically I'll take that low, this low, and I'll draw it to whatever the low of the current RTH session is, which we don't have yet because market's not open. And I'll look at that as potential resistance. So we'll do that when the time comes. But that was my little thesis there, looking for that breakdown. When you hold a low to low sequence like that and like for quite some time, once you start breaking down, those targets are pretty good places to aim. Guess the open, Nick. How big is going to be the first 5-minute candle? We should play this game. I'm going to go at 73 points.
We got 10 seconds. I'm going to say 65 points.
Oh, wow. Going really next week. All right. Everybody else guess in the chat. How big is the 5-minute candle open?
I think it's going to be choppy regardless, but we are open. Good luck. Happy trading. Be safe out there, folks.
Right now, it's looking 50. All right. 58.
So far, 40 points.
Wow. Okay. Hit me, NQ, hit me. I figured we'd get that aggressive bid out of 930.
Oh, my goodness.
What is it, straight up?
Just an absolute monster of an opening drive.
That's what I mean, those markets, like I was, if you notice his strength in the Russell yesterday, which, I pointed out when we were last time, I don't even have it on my screen. Only got so much screen space. Said I'm deciding to buy the week.
I'm pretty sure what the Rusty's doing right now is actually illegal.
Might be.
It's not allowed to go up, period, let alone like that.
Well, the NASDAQ seems to be having no fun. Well, that first 5-minute candle is almost closed. Anybody who guessed well over 100 points is going to be right. 110. It's going to be 945 bottom, and I'm just going to re-enter.
I hate you so much. I hate you. Oh, that was a bummer. That was like 30 points.
One little sweep of the high in CL, which was enough to take my stop out because I kept it tight. But as we're coming back towards, as soon as we swept that high and then we immediately began selling pressure, I re-engaged my short. And I was able to do it with a little more size because my stop was tighter. I was basically just able to put my stop above that high. If that was going to work, just that sweep of the new high and then re-short there. I don't like when the Russell and the Dow go straight up, and I'm just confused with the indexes, like NASDAQ and like ES. I'm like, well, why are they not going straight up?
Yeah. What is driving?
I mean, I used to going rotation at the beginning of the year. These markets, like if you look at a 5-year time frame, like the Russell's in a 5-year breakout, and when we go into a new year, I just think people are like, oh, well, let's sell the NASDAQ because we've been in it, and then let's buy the Russell.
Yeah, this tape has just slowed down. Let's see if we can get a nice violent break here.
If we do, it's because I just got long.
Yeah.
Right back at this 630 here.
Let's see what happens. I still don't believe in the sellers.
Your faith. Leo and Salma, welcome to.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Oh, just,
Clenching.
a thin twit guru.
Clenching is hilarious.
Calling out silver lows, but not taking the trade.
Oh, so classic Nick.
Classic Finchwood Furu Nick, yes.
I'm going to set our timer for 25 minutes and just let this long ride, even though I got that level at 30s. I think we can get all the way up to 80s.
Oh, I just got trailed out of my long, so I'm done for the day probably.
All right, cool. All right, we can jump. We can jump.
Okay.
I'll take you guys later.
All right.
All right, Jack.
Take care, guys.
See you next.
Good one.
Later.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
This presentation is for educational purposes only. All of the symbols, trading ideas, and live trading are for demonstrational purposes and are not recommendations or trading advice. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All of the information and opinions expressed by third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of NinjaTrader, LLC. Trading futures involves substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the NinjaTrader website.